Sawadika. Good morning and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Natasha Panmapongs. I'm the program director at the Entertainment Innovation Center at CMKL University. And I'm standing here virtually before you to talk about our projects that correlate with the SDGs. Shall we start? Okay, so this is my first slide. I just want to give you like a very brief overview. So back in 2015, leaders of the world set 17 global goals called the Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs. This is to bring into action a global partnership between government, organizations, and institutions like CMKL. We're tackling problems that are important to our everyday lives. These goals ensure that our lives will be better, and for billions of people over the next 15 years or whatsoever. And that is the reason why we gather all today, at the 2021 Thailand Sustainability Expo. And we're very proud. I'm extremely honored to be here before you to talk about our projects. All right, so let's get into introducing ourselves a little bit. So CMKL University was established in October of 2017. This is established as a collaboration between Carnegie Mellon University, world leading technology university, and King Mongkut Institute of Technology, Lat Krabang. This is, we are home to innovative engineers, researchers, and leaders, and we work relentlessly to drive the world forward and our country. We believe that our vision for a better world, one that we shared with the UN and the SDG, can be achieved through technology. And this is to create clear pathway for Thailand and its surrounding regions in order for us to leap forward together. Okay, so these are the 17 goals. I'm sure you are all here at the TSX and you all know what these goals are. I'm just gonna really touch on them very briefly, but what is more importantly is I really wanna talk about our R&D projects, like how are we contributing to these goals, right? So where do we go from here? So as us, CMKL University, as an institution, we're taking advantage of our AI capabilities to help turn these SDGs into reality. We collaborate with both government and private and public sectors to drive innovation and technology that enhances living standards for people in Thailand. We want to help solve problems that the world is facing according to these goals. These goals are extremely important to us. So this is what it is. So together as a university with our partners, we're spearheading technology to tackle not one, but up to 7 of the SDG goals. So what are these goals that we are tackling? So we won't be going into details about all of them because we're working on so many projects at CMKL. But if you have any questions after this talk, please feel free to email me or shoot us an email over a CMKL website. There's like a form submission. If you want to work with us, you want to join our team, please feel free to reach out to us. We're always happy to to bring in more passionate people about people that are passionate about technology. So let's start with goal number 2. What are we doing that really supports goal number 2 of the SDGs? So our first project is Zero Hunger, and that correlates with Zero Hunger is Better Grow, our Better Grow project. This is smart farming AI pigs. So the first project we're proud to present, this is in partnership with Better Grow. And for this project, researchers from CMKL and Carnegie Mellon, we collaborated with Better Grow on an R&D smart farming project. So what do we do here? Our team conduct research using AI and sensors to monitor the activity of pigs at the Better Grow farms. So researchers observe the pigs' behavioral pattern, like eating and sleeping and their movement, which in turn allows farmers to evaluate their pigs' health accurately in a very non-invasive way too. Like they don't even know that these sensors are there. So this technology lets them know when the pigs are becoming sick or ill, and this will give the farmers time to react, to these problems before it's too late. By understanding the pigs' behavior better than before, we hope to develop a system that will support farmers to, thoroughly monitor their animals' health. That's important 24/7 at any given point of time, providing them with more security. Developing AI for quality pig farming also means reducing the use and preventing overuse of antibiotics, which is becoming, dangerous for us as consumers. and for animal welfare as well. So this will help to enhance their, our consumer nutrition and safety, while at the same time promoting sustainable agriculture. So the next one that I would like to talk about is the goal 3, good health and well-being. And this is in partnership with Friends in Need of PA or มูลนิธิเพื่อนพึ่งพานะคะ So on to addressing SDG goal 3, good health and well-being. While most of Thailand's population has access to healthcare, we are a large country, and it hardly proves, it's very challenging to provide people living in a more remote area with the healthcare that they need. It's not very well distributed, especially in times of disaster. Now, imagine being able to reach those that in need of these help during disaster much faster than before. And that is what we're developing. So working towards solving this issue, CMKL collaborates with มูลนิธิเพื่อนพึ่งพา to develop a mobile health monitoring drone to give people living in remote area the time-efficient help that they need. So during floods, during natural disaster and things like that. Think tsunami, think flood. So our drone and Medbox AI technology will become a model for the public and private sectors to use as a blueprint standard, for sustainable development. When it comes to healthcare, and time is very important, and with the drone technology, you can reach them much, much faster. On to the next one. We're going to talk about goal 9. So goal 9 is industry, innovation, and infrastructure. So what exactly are we doing here at CMKL? We're building, and we have built actually Apex. And what is Apex? Apex is an HPC and AI infrastructure. So now that we're talking about time, imagine being able to process high volume of data in a fraction of the time that it would typically take. So from where we're talking about from months to minutes, you're speeding up processing time a whole lot with Apex. And that is where our platform comes in. At CMKL, we built Apex, and this is essentially a platform to enable AI for sustainability. And this platform is actually made possible by various research universities across the countries, and this is essentially like a cloud data center with a robust AI-enabled R&D infrastructure that we would like to describe as like the next generation of cloud HPC. Public and private researchers can come and use Apex to adapt to any industry, and can use it to create any sort of sustainable innovations. For example, the CIRA team at KMITL is a great example, because they're the first ever in Thailand to use this technology to deploy like a COVID variant identifier using the CIRA's medical cloud on our Apex infrastructure. So findings from this experiment will help further, everyone's understanding of the pandemic, of the COVID pandemic, and aid in Thailand's fight against it. You will develop vaccine a lot faster, for example, like we were talking about a lot faster. So onwards to goal 10. Goal 10 is reduce inequalities and we do that using our Thai dialect project. What is this exactly? So one of the projects at CMKL is we work towards reducing gap in the society, and that's by our Thai dialect automatic speech recognition, or ASR model. So this ASR model can recognize Thai dialects. It's very hard. You imagine for our purpose, imagine talking to like Alexa or like Siri with like a Thai accent. It can't understand you, right? So imagine having like a tool in your home where it can recognize your dialect, Isan dialect, Southern dialect, Northern dialect. This is our local dialects have to be, developed by, locally by Thai researchers. And that's what we're working on. We want it to be like nationally, want it to be usable for people from all regions. So the root of inspiration for this project actually came from our project lead, Dr. Oratai Sangpet, who's not here with us today. She observes her English-speaking son interacts with Alexa. So her son would be talking to Alexa, like the Amazon virtual assistant, to request like a song as early as when he's 3 years old. So she couldn't help but imagine, like as a mother, like a Thai speaker could, her grandma, her mom would greatly benefit from this technology if only the AI model understood Thai and local dialects. So there it was. That was a spark to create this innovative AI technology to bridge people of all age gap and backgrounds. And Thai speakers can now use their local dialects to talk to a computer or a smartphone, giving equal access to technology that can further expand, their business. This project, also proves that innovation can, come from anywhere, and you can take inspiration from, all sorts of things around you. Okay, so goal 11. What is goal 11? Goal 11 is sustainable cities and communities. And we do this through the development of Goliath, our AI research platform. So what is Goliath? Goliath, Sustainable Cities and Community, SDG 11, first of all, is the future of Thailand, and the clock is ticking. In order to move forward as efficiently and safely as possible, we need to be prepared and be able to share data and exchange information flawlessly to make informed decisions. And this is one of the reasons we built Goliath. Goliath is the AI research platform for data set management. So what is that exactly? This is a pathway to access the EPIC's immense computing power. Imagine that computing power. This is a pathway to access it, right? This is to model training through familiar interfaces so everyone can use it. It allows AI researchers and engineers to share data sets with other researchers, and this help everybody find the data set that they need in order to promote the use of previously sort of a siloed or unutilized data sets. It's hard for anyone to understand that, right? So we're making it easy, and we're making it accessible for all the researchers around to access it. And CMKL University developed this for the public, and both the public and private sectors to safely improve Thailand's population and well-being. So onward to goal 12. What is goal 12? So goal 12 is responsible consumption and production. And we support this goal with our project in collaboration with Thai Bev. So what do we do here? What we build is an AI and automation of bottle screening project. We use AI to separate bottles, basically. So now whenever you purchase a glass bottle from a convenience store, you walk down to 7-Elevens and you buy a glass bottle, do you ever think about what happens afterwards? It's very hard to separate these bottles, and it has been, it is something that AI can help you, Do you ever think about what happened? Are they recycled? Where do they go, and how do people recycle them? Do they just separate them by hand and stuff? That is at least I always think about that. So what we do is we develop, we want to optimize the recycling process, right? So in collaboration with Thai Bev, their goal is also, to optimize the Thai Bev's recycling process. And to do this, our team have developed an AI technology that automates the bottle screening process. So we implemented computational photography, and that is utilizing artificial intelligence, utilizing AI and deep neural networks to separate these bottles. And so as a result of our project, Thai Bev's recycling process is now much more efficient and cost effective, and also environmentally friendly. This benefits everyone from manufacturers, consumers, everyone from future generations to even our kids, our nieces, our nephews. So working on this really makes us feel that the future is really in our own hands. With climate change forecast looking really, really bleak, and it is our responsible to do everything that we can to mitigate this impact. Okay, so goal 17 is a global partnership with leading institutions worldwide. So we're all working our way towards achieving the SDGs, and the clock is ticking. No country or government or organization can do this alone, right? So this is why we are partnering with all our partners. These are all the partners, and not all we are growing. So we cannot do this alone. So it takes global partnership for sustainable development. And this brings us to our last goal, goal 17. We join forces with international organizations and leaders in their field. We work with Carnegie Mellon University, Stanford, University of Michigan, all the partners on this page. to, to increase our work's potential and be a model for the development of innovation and new technologies that can be used together sustainably. Sustainability is incredibly important to all of us. And not only does sustainability protect our ecosystem and preserve resources, but it also improves all of our lives. And, for the next generation, moving forward. So we will continue to work together and, with our fellow organizations to leverage the capability of AI and, work together towards, peace and prosperity. All right, so that was the end of my presentation. I hope that gives you, a glimpse of the R&D projects and the sort of fun and sustainable things that we're working on. Please, feel free to reach out to me or reach out to us. Again, my name is Natasha Padmapongs, and you can reach me by email. That is natasha@cmkl.ac.th, or you can reach out directly or regarding our R&D to Kun Jitinat at CMKL, or you can reach out to our VP of Research and Strategy, Kun Oratai, at cmkl.ac.th. And yeah, feel free to, reach out to us. And we hope that, we can contribute, a much more positive impact, to our country and to this world. Thank you.